Hello everyone, Dr. John Bartemus here today with a functional medicine patient, Stacy. And Stacy came to us about 6 months ago for the first time. And Stacy, why don't you tell the viewers what you were dealing with and why you first sought out care?
So I will say, I've been having ongoing GI issues for the last 15 years. And I will say 15 years ago, I started going to GI doctors, and I was having issues of bloating, discomfort, and at the same time I found out that I also had an autoimmune disorder of psoriatic arthritis at the same time. And, everybody kept blaming stress, right? I had a very stressful job. I do have a stressful job, and they kept blaming stress on it.
Okay.
And when the bloating still didn't go away, I will say it's gotten worse in the last 3 to 4 years. In the last 2 years, it's gotten so extreme where I couldn't wear half my clothes. It looked like I was 3 months pregnant, and I know what that was like since I have 2 kids. And my quality of life was just, it was taking a toll. I wasn't able to work out as much. I was feeling down about body issues. All these great clothes I had, I couldn't even wear half the time. And after constantly going to GIs, trying all different medicines, nothing was working. And to be honest, none of them actually rolled up their sleeves to try to figure out. They just wanted to do another colonoscopy, another endoscopy, but nobody had any answers for me. So that's why I turned more to functional medicine to see, and I had read about it and I heard about it, and see if, perhaps there was another option out there, since nothing was working.
Excellent. And so before we move on with this psoriasis, did you also have so you had the arthritic pain? Where was that? Was that in one spot or?
Yeah, so my arthritic pain was in my hands, certain joints in my fingers, and in my feet.
Okay.
That prevented me from doing activities out there. And then the psoriasis kind of comes and goes a little bit. I have it in certain spots here and around, little rashes, but it was more the arthritis that was kind of affecting me from a day-to-day perspective.
Okay.
With, I couldn't run, or, certain activities at certain times I would have flare-ups, and it would hurt to work on my computer at work. And so that with the bloating kind of, I was a hot mess.
Gotcha. Okay, so she came as a hot mess 6 months ago, and what did we do? So we didn't do an endoscopy or a colonoscopy. She said we rolled up our sleeves, and what we do is we ran testing on her that is more in depth than what you're going to get at the medical doctor that tells us exactly what's wrong with you. So with psoriasis and with gut issues, the scientific research has said for years that psoriasis is an autoimmune disease and is specifically tied to dysbiosis or overgrowth of bad microbes in the gut. So we found certain things with Stacy and then addressed those. So how did we address those? Were you happy with the process, and then where are you today?
Yeah, so it definitely, you have to want to do it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So it's not something I would say super easy. You made me revamp my whole entire diet, right? Because I would always, think about, even if I was eating lean grains or legumes, I would be okay and that. But, to be honest, nobody had done an allergy test on me. Mm-hmm. And so it was very helpful for you to tell me which things I had more of a tolerance or intolerance to, maybe. Mm-hmm. That's the better word. And so really revamping my diet was probably the hardest thing. And then okay. Probably a month in, I think I hated you a little bit, And I hated you, and then you kind of get past it a little bit, right? And the supplements, we had some back and forth on some of the intolerances to the supplements, but I just believed in it, and I stuck with it. And after 3 months, I tell you, I feel like 90% better, right? Yeah. My clothes, all the bloating, some days I have good days and bad days, mm-hmm. but it's nothing any close to how much bloating I had before. Mm-hmm. So I feel like 90% better. My arthritis, in my joints, the ones that are arthritic, are feeling great, and it's the middle of winter right now. And
that's when they usually hurt.
And that's when they usually hurt.
Yeah.
And so it's been a positive experience, and while it was really tough to get through, I feel like I'm a work in progress.
Yeah.
And I still have more work to do to continue on this path. But I think really revamping the diet was kind of the key, and with those supplements kind of really helped kickstart things back.
Yeah, and I want to say Stacy's done an amazing job, because it is not easy to change your diet and your nutrition, and she, like she said, she has a stressful job where she's traveling a lot for weeks at a time, so learning to make those choices on the road can be an added level of difficulty there. But she has done amazing, and she's of the mindset that it's truly a lifestyle, not a diet to fit into a dress for a wedding or what have you. So you definitely have to want to do it, but when you do it, you can totally change your life in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, so too, the thing is, I feel leaner. Did I lose like a lot of weight? Probably not, because I've always eating pretty healthy anyways. But I feel leaner. Like all my clothes fit me a little better, in the legs area. I just feel leaner when I'm putting on my clothes. So, I don't, us women, we always want to, hey, if we're going to revamp our diet, we want to like lose 10 pounds or whatever. Well, maybe that didn't happen.
It's more body composition change. So from fat to muscle versus maybe the scale doesn't change, but if you're changing how much fat versus how much muscle, that's huge.
Right. So I think that I was happy about. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your testimonial, and I'm very happy and pleased with how you've done.
Thank you.
And, if you're out there suffering from years of GI issues and autoimmune disease and arthritic pain, we're here to help. So reach out. I'm Dr. John Bartemus. Have a great day.